Got some new features on here. Ooh, done got fancy on us. We ain't gonna try none of them out yet, though. We clicked the button. We are here. We are here. So yeah. Tonight's episode of Resting Birdface will not be seen to bring you this epic podcast.
Welcome to For Music Lovers Only, a podcast where each host makes a top 5 list of their favorite songs from this week's topic. Each week is a new topic. Tune in, I dare you. Music Lovers Only.
Hope everybody's got their multi-pass today.
Yay, multi-pass.
We're going to talk about The Fifth Element. Did you guys get that? We're talking about The Fifth Element. It's all songs that has to be out of the movie The Fifth Element. Did you guys not get that memo? We changed it.
Yeah, I did. Well, I did. All mine were by Bruce Willis, but yeah.
It was a weird topic, but I enjoyed it. We're going to talk elements and very vague. It's a very vague night, and vague nights are fun.
Yeah. Because it's open to interpretation, and I interpreted it quite loosely.
Yes, that's the fun of it. I like to have vague ones every once in a while. But yeah, Lilu, Lilu, multi-pass. So how's everybody doing tonight? My favorite music lovers.
I'm doing well, man. It's been a weird week so far, and it was a weird day, but it's a good night. Not at work. I'm here with some good people.
Yeah,
tunes, a lot of good music.
I've had a busy week. I got a tetanus shot. That was fun. All sorts of fun.
If she starts acting weird, it's the tetanus shot. You blame it on the tetanus shot.
Foaming at the mouth.
I asked the lady, I was like, are there any side effects to this tetanus shot? Because you only get it every 10 years. And it's like, well, there has to be something like a stomach ache or a headache or whatever else. And then she looked at me for way too long. And then she said, no. I was like,
there's a good chance anytime a needle pokes your skin, your arm's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Like we were talking before, I hadn't got one since I was a kid either. And I got sick. I was sick for like the next 2 days. I remember that. Sicker than a dog, just laying in the basement, watching TV for 2 days. And it was a dog that bit me, so that's why I had to get it.
Well, that would be a rabies shot, not a tetanus shot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be a rabies shot.
Yeah, those are two different things.
Oh, dude. So for a rabies shot, so what I was told is you got to get
stomach for that.
Oh, I thought you got shot in your butt.
That's for a tetanus. Like if you get if you have a fresh cut or you're young, they do tetanus shots in the butt.
Oh.
So I think maybe your preventative one's in the arm if you're not worried about it. But yeah, I had to get shots like in my stomach when I got bit by a dog that they knew had rabies or were pretty certain had rabies.
Well, I really remember them giving me the tetanus shot, but it was a dog that bit me, so maybe.
Well, maybe they thought the dog had tetanus. Maybe the dog had been eating a lot of rusty nails.
I don't know.
It's one of the
maybe it was a rabies shot.
Fucking dog there. He's been eating freaking scrap iron and stuff. You never know, man.
He's really hungry. He has a hard life.
Did that dog have a metal grill or something? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I hopped the fence.
What?
I hopped the fence to get a frisbee. So
maybe you thought you got bit by a dog and you really got cut by the fence, and they realized it and didn't want to tell you that. So that's why you got the tetanus shot.
Weird stuff. I don't know. Kevin and I we ventured to Lawrence this weekend, and it was a bust. The event was cool. The event was fine. It wasn't the event that ruined it, but we got up there about 9. And the event didn't start till 11, so we set up real quick. And so for an hour, we sat there. It was an outdoor event, and wind was calm. And I mean, Kevin and I know better to jinx ourselves, but we're just kind of looking at each other like, yes, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. 5 minutes after the opening bell, gust of wind came over, put a hole in canvas. Fortunately, it was the least favorite painting of mine that I hated it. Every time I drag it out, I'm just like, hey, kind of grumble at it. And
there you go. I hated it too.
I guess it put a hole in it. Not any of the other ones that I put a lot of work in, putting some varnish on and cleaning up and getting ready for the outing. So wasn't bad. Then I came home cleaning the car, and Sunday, and the phone just crapped out, just wouldn't turn on.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go deal with that an hour and a half at T-Mobile, and that was hell.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, it was easy once they finally got to me. 20 minutes. It could have been done in 10, but they try to keep you in there longer because I guess the longer you stay, the more money you'll spend. Probably, I don't know.
I think it is so.
Underwhelmed, and they just work at that underwhelming pace.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been to T-Mobile and everybody was happy to be there. Never.
No.
I've never been a T-Mobile customer other than when my wife worked for them, so we didn't have to go to T-Mobile because she worked for them. So other than that, I've never been.
Well, then the damn phone turned on the other day, so I at least, I had everything but contacts. All my photos were on the cloud or whatever, so I had all access to all them, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I thought if I ever lost all my photos, I'd be so sad. But I have memories. But I
finally started backing mine up. Like even I got a massive storage on my computer, so one day I just hooked up my phone and backed up, just sent all my photos over there. That way, I had to get on a MySpace and steal all my photos off there one time. So shut it down finally for good. So
yeah. I had some songs on there I was trying to get off, and I couldn't get them off though.
Yeah, the photos you can steal, the songs you can't.
No, the songs are gone. I remember finding the song and I was like, oh man, let me get this. And MySpace was like, I don't work.
Yeah, exactly. I was so disappointed. Wouldn't even play it.
That was for like 7 months after they shut it down. I was like, man, nobody's interacting with my stuff or nothing, but that's fine.
What's up, Matt?
Hey, Matt.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, it's. I'll probably just have to restretch some canvas on there. But we kind of got a schedule. I don't know if it makes sense yet, but I think the third Wednesday of the month we'll make that our guest day. I just don't really want. I like our energy, just the intimacy of us. It's been us for this long, us three. So
we're the three amigos.
But I figure once a month maybe we can bring some guests on, multiple guests or just one guest or however it works out. And because it was fun, it definitely was fun last week having some extra input.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had 2 whole guests. 2
whole guests, yes. But yeah, we're going to talk, like I said, elements. Earth, wind, fire, and water, and Lilu.
I didn't know we could do Lilu.
Well, she's the 5th element.
I think you took this too literal, Josh. You took
then I got into, at first search, it brought up the periodic table of elements, and I was like, well, no, but then I'm like, well, that is like the raw definition of Earth is all the elements, so I included it.
Well, all of those elements make up the 4 elements, so
yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
I included. I thought it would, if we got some songs with based on that, we'll use them.
I might have done that also, but we'll see.
We'll see.
I don't have any songs based on the periodic table, so.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. All right, do we want to spin and see who's gonna kick this off?
Woo!
Let me get to the right screen.
They're spinning. Yay!
Yeah, then I guess I'll have to make a guest one.
Yeah,
no.
Other.
I feel like they should just be able to choose.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, because it's the same with me. What I thought about the spinner is I guess when we have a guest, we probably either need to let them go first or figure that out too, or I could make an other spinner. But like if we have 4 guests, it'd be fine. I could figure this out, guys. Plates are not that expensive. It's removable. So mean, I don't know if everybody knew the magic the entire time, but it's just a plate that the spinner's made on.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, I kind of knew, a couple songs that would be on this pretty quick just because, and I think one of them I might have used before, but it's okay because it's a good song and whatever. And Josh, you might have had it on yours. If you do, I'm sorry. Anyways, number 5. I don't know if I ever would have got a chance to use this one unless we did the year or whatever, but it's Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World.
Yeah.
And I mean, there'd be my Earth song, and wind. But I mean, it starts out, I see trees. My son's like, that's not an Earth song. I'm like, literally everything is talking about the world. I mean, that it's 100% a elements in Earth song. So anyways,
if we really looked at it, every song could fit into this
category. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, for sure, that would definitely you're singing about, so
yeah.
My number 4 is Nirvana, Lake of Fire. And they got 2 elements. I got water and fire, in that one kind of, so an awesome song. And dude, that was probably the song on this list that I listened to the most through this. I kind of had it on repeat one day. Like you just forget, and the unplugged version of that.
Yeah.
How raw that song is. And awesome song.
I think it was a cover. I think it was a cover, but his
It
version
might have been, it might have been, but no, I don't know. It's one of those. If it was a cover, it's one of those covers that it's his cover. It's his song. Yeah. Whoever he took it from, it won't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Number 3, Against the Wind, Bob Seger.
Against the Wind. That is the mellowest song in the world.
Yeah, I mean but it's Forrest Gump. It's just a lot of different things. It's like a song that's like super chill. You can't be mad. You can't, good song, man.
Yeah.
Number 2, got to get some Dirty Heads in here, and Cabin by the Sea is what I went with. I almost switched it out this afternoon because there's another song that I kind of really wanted to get on there, but that's one of my favorite, just chill, like sitting down by the fire, awesome songs played. I mean, it's almost just half the song played on like a ukulele or a small guitar. I mean, it's just a cool song. So you'll find me in a Cabin by the Sea.
Yeah, Meat Puppets.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Matt.
And then my number 1, Doors, Light My Fire.
I was hoping that would make your list. I was getting a little nervous, but
no, I think I've maybe used it one other time. I don't remember when I would have used that, but for some reason I don't remember if it was that one or one other Doors song. But yeah, that is one of the best songs ever. Probably my favorite Doors song or top 3 Doors songs. And yeah,
I think that was the first Doors song I ever heard. And I was like 7, and I was like, what? Why is he so upset? Like, this guy.
I'm pretty sure that's the first Doors song everybody heard.
Yeah,
hands down.
He is so like emotional in that song, or I don't know how to describe it. Come on, baby, light my fire. I don't know, man.
It's just when he starts screaming at the end, it's just like.
I don't know if I should be scared or enjoying it or what, but I enjoy it. It
was.
Do you love me or am I going to die? Like, what is going on?
It was Robbie Krieger, the guitarist, who wrote that song.
Really?
If I remember right, but this was after they'd been jamming a little bit and had some songs, and so I mean, of course, in the the Val Kilmer version is what I'm quoting from, but I'm pretty sure he wrote it. But he's like, if I had to write something, it had to be about fire or snakes or something to keep up with your writing, Jim. So, I mean, it sounds like something Jim would write.
I fell in love with Val Kilmer in that movie, man. I mean, that's that Saint and one other movie he's awesome in.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
Yeah. That's my list. I'm sticking to it.
Good list.
Sticking to it.
What's up?
You kind of took one of mine, but we'll get into that.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
I didn't get a bah or anything when I got it.
Well, like I said, kinda. You got to come up with
Gotta
5
go
more,
again.
Coach.
All right, we're at
10.
15.
All right.
Man,
Ah.
I wrote my list on my.
Sometimes when it's your night, you know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you're hot, you're hot.
Come on,
When you're not, you're
7.
not.
Are you supposed to get a 7? Yeah, come on, 7 or 8.
I don't
2.
know.
You're not supposed to get 2. Snake eyes. I
Snake
can't play
eyes.
dice. I'd be
No,
killed
I can't.
immediately.
Yeah, I can't play any gambling. I don't do that. I don't enjoy it.
But yeah, the first time I played poker, they taught me how to play poker at the table, and they were playing with quarters. And somebody gave me like just a roll of quarters, so it was like $5 worth of quarters, and I walked out with like $45. And they were like, "You've never played poker?" And I was like, "No, I just am good at it, I guess."
Pull sharked him. Hustled them.
Poker sharked them.
You've been had. All right. So I tried to find. I had, like Coach said, I had a couple that came to mind when you first said element, but I only put one of them on there, and then I just kind of found the rest because I looked up songs with elements in them, and I didn't like any of those songs, so I just went on my own little merry search.
Yeah.
So the first one, which is not Nickelback, because I couldn't find any songs about elements really in there. Yeah, besides Burn It to the Ground, that I wanted to say, because you're burning something to the ground, but it's not necessarily speaking about fire. So I was teetering. I would have
gave you that one for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know, but I mentioned it because
come on, Baby Light My Fire's not about her lighting his fire.
I know. I know.
I'm sure there's no actual flame in that song.
not at all, or maybe. But my first one is going to be actually Cab Calloway, and he has a song called "Hot Water," and it is fully instrumental. And it is I don't like songs without words. I like symphonies, so multiple instruments maybe, but like, I guess this would be the same thing. But I don't like songs without words, really. I don't. Yeah. But this one got me when I was looking for. I was on a Cab Calloway kick actually, and then I was like, I wonder if he has any songs about elements. And "Hot Water" came up, so that's just a fun one to listen to. Put it on when you're washing dishes; it'll get you dancing a little bit. And it has his spooky vibe. I've always felt like Cab Calloway had sort of like a creepy graveyard Southern sort of vibe going on. I've always loved him as an artist.
Well, didn't you send us something on of his, or because that I don't know him. I can't think of him. Can't think of him.
Yeah, I think I posted.
The name is very familiar.
I had a story, like a Facebook story, and probably post with his song in there when I had Scary Bones. Had a picture of some scary bones because it's scary month. All right. And then number 2. And I love this song so much. And I listened to it like 5 or 6 times, but it's going to be Alice in Chains. I Think It's Gonna Rain When I Die.
Yeah.
And yeah. And you can feel just the element in that song. Like, and when Lane Staley died, it didn't rain at all. And I was waiting for it to. I was waiting for it to happen just because of this song, and it didn't happen. Yeah. And I was disappointed. I was very sad.
Well, it might have rained where he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It never stops raining in Seattle, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it probably is raining in Seattle.
I would like to visit Seattle. I think I've said that, but go ahead.
Yeah. We should do a group trip. Yeah. We could do like a music lovers trip to Seattle.
Yeah. I think they got some music thing up there, not the Hall of Fame, but some
the
weird
90s. I think they have the whole 90s in Seattle currently. 91 through 98.
Yeah. Let's go back in time.
Good times.
Buy a lot of gas while we're there.
Yeah, ton of it. Number 3. So I originally heard this song. It was sung by Babyface and Desiree, in 1998, and it's called Fire. And it's a hot, sexy song, is what it is. But then I had to go back in time, and it was done by the Pointer Sisters.
Yeah.
So they made it famous in the 80s, but then I had to go back in time 1 year before, and it was actually written by Bruce Springsteen in 1977 for Elvis to sing. But then Elvis died. So he's like, fuck, what do I do with this song? Yeah. But yeah, it is, oh my goodness. It reminds me of just those days to where you just feel a little hot and heavy, and you get that kiss, and you go, ooh, it's like fire. It just burns you up just all over the place.
Sorry.
You know what?
I think Kevin says there's a punk rock gallery in Seattle. Anyways, carry on here with the list.
Boo. Your feelings are valid, and hopefully one day you'll feel better.
They're not, and that's okay. Put it that way.
Number 4, Amos Lee, who I actually don't bring up very much, even though he is actually one of my favorite artists.
I think he's made the list once.
Yeah, I actually traveled to Kansas City to see him. He was my first out of town concert.
Yeah.
Or show. It was before he was big famous, so he was just standing right there. Could have thrown a rock at him.
We shouldn't do that to somebody at a concert.
Throw your bra at him. That's what you're supposed to do at rock concerts if you have bras.
It would have been weird in that particular, because it's such a mild concert. Taking my bra off and throwing it at him would have just been uncomfortable.
Take them off? I thought you had like pockets full of bras. And just,
why would I take a pocket full of bras?
But throw it stage.
I see why you like him, because he's got a super Lenny Kravitz look to him. I mean,
he doesn't sound like Lenny Kravitz, though. He's super mild. He's one of the people that I really respect, because he opened for Willie Nelson with just a guitar. That's it. He just got on stage and sang his set and left, and then got his bits and pieces of fame, sold what he needed to sell, and then just went on with his life. Just touring and being low key and doing what he loves. But his song is called The Wind. And essentially what it is, it's about somebody that's kind of dealing with a breakup. But he's talking about all the things that he's observing, like the night lights and the wind blew down his line is like the main verse. And it's Saturday night, my head is spinning. So you can really picture and envision how he's feeling and what he's doing. You're just, it's so real and raw, and it's not a whole lot of fanfare, but you feel it. You feel it so hard in your soul. All right. Which one of these do I want to do last? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ketchup, Primus. My name is Mud. Because Mud's an element.
Awesome song.
Oh my God, I love it.
Well, it's earth and water. So yeah, you got it.
Yeah. 2 birds with 1 stone and a badass bass beat. Oh my God, he's slapping the shit out of bass. Oh, I'd love to see him live. I would really love to see Primus live. That would have to be an amazing show. They are so badass. And that was my first introduction to Primus. I was like, woo. I said, woo.
Your videos are freaking amazing, just crazy, weird, amazing, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Les is the best. I think he. I mean, there's some that like Victor Wooten and I mean, there's some other bass players that I think put even him to shame. But they certainly, I mean, they weren't in bands or nothing. They're just up on stage playing by themselves. Nobody's probably here has heard of Victor Wooten. Have you? Anybody?
Mm-mm.
We'll check in. I'll send you some stuff afterwards. But
I don't know if there's ever been a bass player that fits a band or a style of music better than Les. Fits everything he plays. That's what I mean. I don't know if where you want to rank him or whatever, but like he's somebody that stands out without standing out. His style's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, this Victor guy, he just goes on the road and he doesn't play with bands really. He doesn't even need a band. He's making the whole song. And I mean, he's good, but I mean, yeah.
Does he wear like a jaunty hat?
No, it's no.
He looks kind of old timey.
No.
Okay.
No, I'll send you some of his stuff. There's a couple other bass players along his level, but like I said, they weren't in bands. They were just, just bass players.
Yeah, there was some dude.
Phenomenal bass players.
Yeah, there was some dude that used to play bass, but he used to do like Facebook Live. So I guess he was just a regular person then. But he had basses that he made that he would play, and he would wear old timey clothes and fucking kill it.
Kevin's saying Billy Sheehan. I don't know. Is that
Billy
him?
Sheehan?
I don't know. We'll call it that. That was Billy Sheehan doing it.
That's Ed Sheeran's cousin.
Well, good list, Sontia.
Thank you.
Let's see, so spin, brr, it's me. Boom. My 5 songs are the operatic scene in Fifth Element, the weird blue lady singing, which actually that song has made our list on the old crew. So, but no, it's not my favorite at all. I want to gouge my ears out through that scene. Honestly, not my cup of tea at all. But my number 5, Beds Are Burning. Midnight Oil. This song, I remember listening to it as a kid, loving it. And of course, as a kid, I had no idea what it means. So now that I'm old and know how the world works, it's fucking great. Mm-hmm. How can we dance when the earth is turning? Good question.
Yeah.
Good question. I want to know. Physics lesson right here. And then how can we sleep when our beds are burning? It's like the time has come.
Yeah, it seems like it. If I was an end of the world person, that song would be what I'd play every morning when I woke up. Because that's what the world looks like right now.
Yes. And that was in 87. That was in 87 when that one came out. So they're like the Simpsons. They knew.
Yeah. Because it keeps happening. It's repeating itself.
Oh, yeah.
This ain't nothing new.
No, not at all.
Number 4 is Water's Edge, 7 Mary 3.
Ooh.
I've loved this song. I mean, Cumbersome is a great song. That's what got me into them. But then I started exploring, and this was in the Napster days, and I came across this song. And dude, it just grabbed me by the balls and slapped me out. They got one more other one that is good, Lucky, but it didn't really translate. But it's a song about being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and kind of his they don't ever say what happens to the gal, but I'm pretty sure that she gets murdered, and he's trying to, he feels bad for not doing anything, but he's like, well, they're gonna kill me if I do anything. So
I think that's what it's about. For the longest time, I thought he was participating in a murder, but maybe
no, it's was it just I can't think of the line now. I didn't write it down, but
I didn't say a single word.
Yeah.
For what I saw or heard.
Yeah.
I did do it. I'm sorry.
I did. Yeah.
I swear.
My number 3 is my periodic table. Neon, John Mayer, and we haven't cleared it, but we'll talk about it after the show. Why John Mayer? Because it came up on last week's list, and and I had one for last week's list too, but I had like 5 versions of the list, and when I went to compile it, that one was not on the list that I had. I missed that one. So as soon as Casey said his John Mayer from last week, I was like, But Neon, and that's, she's slipping through my hands. She's always buzzing like neon. How long before she's gone? So, I mean, it's just, everything's fleeting. The moment we're born, we're dying. So, just try to shine bright like neon,
Man, neon lights always sound, that buzz always sounds depressing, even though it's beautiful on the outside.
Yeah. Number 2 is the one Coach kind of stole, but I'm going to roll with it because I'm using the Highwayman's version of Against the Wind in honor of Chris Christopherson and Willie, the last remaining Highwayman.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Dad
that's a great
loved Bob
version.
Seger, and that's where I like some of Bob Seger's songs. Well, I mean, I really love a lot of Bob Seger's songs, but some of them are kind of like, eh. But as I was looking, I seen the Highwaymen on their very first album did a cover of it, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna roll with this one just for Chris.
I'll give you that.
Even though he's a lizard person and trying to take over the world, so he's just back in lizard heaven, I think. Number 1, it has made the list. I know on mine, so that's just a testament to how good the song is, and it's do 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 do. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Phil Collins.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, and I love it. All the stories, the lore about it. It's supposed to have this dark, deep meaning, and he's like, "No, it's just about a girl." But I think it's like kind of like that Shazam movie. I think they're just he's like recanting and just fucking with our heads. He's seen somebody die.
Good list. I can't believe Ring of Fire didn't make the list. That was one that was hard for me to not put on there. That was a last minute cut, and I figure honestly because I'll probably use it another time.
Yeah.
I thought about it, and I was like, well, somebody's probably going to get that one.
And then I had Burning Down the House, the Used. Their version of it is so freaking just awesome. And then also had one that I really wanted to use because I've never actually listened to this song all the way through because it just starts out really weird, but it's Earth, Little Dicky. And that song's freaking awesome, dude. Like it's crazy, like listening to all the different people that are in that song, make me laugh. So,
and one what was really hard not to cut off was We Didn't Start the Fire, but again, it's made the list and it's a great song. Billy my son hates both versions of it, and I love both versions of it. Honestly, I will tolerate the new version just because they try to do it the best they can. Who did it? Fallout.
Green Day.
Yeah. Blink-182 or
Fallout Boy or
Fallout Boy.
Disco, one of the two.
I don't know. I thought they did an awesome version. I mean, I think like most close to replica remake with current events you could have done, I thought was pretty decent.
Yep, that was number 1. It was Fallout Boy. That was Matt Baller's number 1. His number 2 was Bloodhound Gang, Fire, Water, Burn. Great song. I love it.
Good song.
I like who did it first? I can't think of it. But Thunderclap, Something in the Air, Thunderclap Newman. Yep. It's the original version with Tom Petty. Then Tom Petty did it solo. Wabash and Lake, Toxic Waters.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
And the Cavs, Holy Water. Good list, Matt.
I did almost get some Sheryl Crow, Soak Up the Sun in here, and that was probably my second most listened to song of my list.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
That is a good song.
That makes your whole day different.
It does, man. I think like that. I don't remember. It was like a Saturday. I started listening to it. I'm like, I'm gonna go out in the garage and play around a little bit, and then like maybe we'll listen
to Flower or something.
I always had a big crush on her, so
I
listened to it.
My Element song was Because by the Beatles, because it included like the sky and the world and all sorts of all of the elements that were there. And then I have Michael Jackson's Earth song. Yeah. My youngest asked me what the topic was, and I was like, elements. And then my middle son said, why not Element? And I was like, Element? He's like, yeah, Element. Like, I try to pretend like I'm really into hip hop when I'm around my kids, but I am so country and rock. And then I was like, there's a song called Element. And he's like, yeah, by Kendrick Lamar. And I was like, oh, yes, I know that song. So he listened to it in the car, and that's a badass song.
It is a badass song.
That is a badass
He's
song.
one that I never gave enough chance until maybe here recently, and I've been listening to the shit out of some Kendrick Lamar lately, man.
Oh yeah.
Maybe because the duel with I never was a Drake guy. I've never been a Drake guy. I'm not saying there's not a Drake song I don't like, but I don't like Drake.
Who's the one are we supposed to hate? Whose side are we on here? I don't know.
I'm a Kendrick.
I never
Lamar
liked Drake. Anyhow.
I'm on Kendrick Lamar's side. I think it's an easy decision. Kendrick Lamar doesn't groom little girls. So
okay, well that's I knew there was some definitely dubious accusations. I didn't know who. From who to who? I didn't know who.
I think most of the accusations that even to seem to be true, if you look at his dating track record, would be Kendrick Lamar's toward Drake's. He dates a lot of 18-year-olds that he knew at 14, 15, 16. It's weird, or 19-year-olds or 20. Just kind of weird. Whatever.
Yeah, and they'll just. I remember the little girl. I can't remember her name, but she's like, "Yeah, Drake texts me all the time and asks me how I'm doing," and she was like 14.
And then they started dating. Like, it was all innocent. It was nothing. It's like, no, that's literally what grooming is. I mean, they don't do anything. They make sure they're yours when you come of age to do. I mean, that's kind of the definition almost.
Yes. It's weird. And I mean,
sorry. I mean, we're not, if you're a Drake person and you're listening, sorry. Yeah. Maybe he's completely innocent and whatever, just regardless of dude his age. It's a little creepy. It's whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if my neighbor was doing it, if my neighbor was texting my kids, then I'd feel some type of way about that. So that's where
I was a coach. I was a coach and I did even as the weird side, I had kids that I had, just different times, not all the time or anything, but that you reached out with, and even still today that, or now in their mid 20s, my daughter's age, that still reach out to me on Facebook and that you talk to, and, but again, there was never ever going to be, or was anything, and that's I think the difference, he was reaching out to young, beautiful women with the intent to get to know them and then dating them when he could. And legally dating them or publicly dating them when it was legal or whatever. No, I don't know.
It's a Hollywood thing. I mean, even with, I don't even want to bring it up because I love Prince so much, but what he did that shit was weird. Yeah,
that's what I said. There's a bunch of those ones, even like the Michael Jackson stuff, the even like one of a great movie, Woody Allen. Just some of the, I don't know what the heck it is, but even like you hear about some of the great rock stars of past or whatever.
Anthony Kiedis just will tell you he did it. David Bowie. Anthony Kiedis is like, yeah, I dated a 16-year-old. Now I'll do it again. California.
There is a sense of, and I'm not in any way, but you around the world and years and history, age gaps and things were a thing of, whatever. But the norm here, and then the way that some of it's done, if the girl could be your kid, come on, man.
I grew up a girl. I can tell y'all some stories.
Oh, I know. I get it, man. I knew girls. We had teachers and coaches and stuff that were just just not good people, and they're everywhere. It sucks. We were more starting with us and going forward. It became more known and relevant or whatever. Before that, most of the stuff still went on. You were supposed to shut up about it or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the scariest shit for me is, raising a daughter.
But your daughter can fight. your baby will
be armed to the teeth too.
As a dad that raised a daughter, the best damn thing you can do is teach them all the right, teach them all the wrong, give them all the tools, and trust them, man. I mean, I can't say that a situation can't happen to my daughter, even with what she does for a living, is put in some situations that make me extremely uncomfortable. But it's like every day, give them the tools. Give them the right thing, give them some mace, teach them how to grab and twist, teach them good crotch shots, just teach them right, teach them to identify bad situations and get the hell out of them, and that you will earn what you get, and that if anybody's ever trying to make it another way, then that's not the situation you need to be in.
Just scares the shit out of me.
I think the best thing for a girl is to have somebody to talk to be open enough to where she's comfortable talking to you, because a lot of those situations, bad situations, happen when you feel like you can't say anything to somebody.
Yeah.
So
from a young age, we've always had an awesome open relationship. I'm not saying with one of us, she's always been able to know, no matter what the situation, we know you ain't wrong and we've got your back, and Yeah.
I've been on the playlist game two in a row. I'm back on it. So
you did good. I noticed that. I noticed a lot. I had missed the first one, but caught last week's.
Yep.
Yeah, the week before, and it was a long one last week.
Yeah, it was.
It was good. It was good stuff.
It's good.
But yeah, we're gonna figure out. We won't. Like I said, I think right now, all that we've kind of agreed on is the third Wednesday is our guest night, and I think we're gonna keep that the spinner night, just because. I mean, having guests sometimes can, get into vague, like tonight's episode, I'm sure would have stressed some people out. But maybe not, but
it would have been, because literally you could have done 5 fire songs. Like, I tried to pick one of every single element to do it, but I mean, literally you could do 5. I found water songs the hardest, although it wasn't, once I started thinking about, like, searching on Spotify, water songs were the hardest. Actually earth songs too, but water was real weird. There's just a bunch of songs I didn't enjoy, and then all of a sudden I'm like, god damn, 10 of my favorite bands have songs about water, and I mean, Smoke on the Water and freaking Doobie Brothers, Blackwater, and I mean, it's like, god damn it, there's plenty of freaking water songs out there.
Yes, happy birthday month, Sontia. You got what, the 15th is what you said?
It's the 16th.
16th.
Yeah, I'm doing my grateful countdown for my 16 days, and then I'm gonna get off of work and eat some cake and go to sleep and party the weekend, because I got to get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, Doobie Brothers, Blackwater, that was on my honorable mention.
Yeah, this is a good list. We'll figure out a plan and all that jazz, and we're gonna get off here.
What?
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Happy birthday month. That's what's up.
I guess on one side of the episode we're gonna have to sing you both happy birthday. So I'll play bass.
Boom, boom. We'll get Victor to play bass. He's a good buddy of mine. I'll send you some of that stuff.
Yeah, call him up. We still need to call Snoop. Snoop still hasn't showed up, dude.
I know.
I've been tweeting lately, or I've been not tweeting. I got off tweet. I've been Instagramming him, and every time he posts something, I say, "Come on, dog, come on our show. What's up?"
Snoop and Willie, we'll have a party.
We really probably, if we're gonna get him on there, we probably need to do more Snoop Dogg songs. I mean, just saying.
Yeah.
We need to do a Snoop episode, and then we'll send him the Snoop episode, and then maybe we can get him on.
Yeah, all Snoop. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.